The search warrant alleged that we had these items, alleged that we sold these items. They took whatever they could get when they came here to try to build a case. But I wondered after we went through this experience, didn't this violate some of my rights? Then I started doing some research, the Canadian Bill of Rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, 1948, which Canada was a signing partner. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. This is Canada's act to protect us. The Charter of Rights and Freedoms, included in the Constitutional Act of 1982, guarantees us the following: the right to life, liberty, and security of a person, and the right to not to be deprived of, therefore, in accordance with the principles of the fundamental justice, the right to be secure against unreasonable search and seizures, the right to be presumed innocent unless proven guilty. Every individual is equal before and under the law. Section 7, 8, 11, 15. Section 12 says everyone has the right not to be subjected to any cruel or unusual treatment or punishment. The Canadian Bill of Rights, 1960, guarantees us the right of individual to life, liberty, security of the person, and enjoyment of property. The right of the individual to equality before the law. The right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. Deprive a person who has been arrested or detained. Section C of that Act, number 2. Universal Declaration of Human Rights guarantees us all humans are born free and equal in dignity and rights. Everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. The right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. No one shall be subjugated to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to attack upon his honor and reputation. No one shall arbitrarily be deprived of his property. Mostly all of my rights were deprived by Health Canada. I was subjected to most of these unreasonable search and seizures. Just coming into my home was grounds enough, and stealing my personal products. Ask yourself, how would you feel if you felt that you were safe in a country of Canada and your rights were violated? My wife was raised in Eastern Europe under communism, and when we were courting, she would tell me all the atrocities that she suffered and seen and witnessed when she was a child growing up. And I said to her, well, when we live in Canada together, you won't be having to worry about that. This is a free country. We're proud of what we stand for. You'll be protected by our police officers. They won't treat you like that. Our officers are appointed by the government, and they take care of us. I was under an illusion. When we sat there in our living room that day, humiliated in our own home, being abused, had no freedom. My words that I told my wife back then came ringing through my ears, and I seen that everything I believed in was instantly challenged. Everything that I had confidence in was shattered. And when I seen what they could do to me, I realized that they could do it to each and every one of you. Any one of you that have supplement business, any one of you that have natural health products, any one of you that has, with Bill C-6 when it comes into play, where they can come into your car without a search warrant, into your business without a search warrant. They can violate your corporate law, pierce the corporate veil, and come after the individual. You have to ask yourself that question. Is that acceptable? If it's acceptable for you, well, then just keep on going the way we're going, and you won't have any rights to fight for. But if it's not acceptable for you, you are the people. You are the government. We put those people that we have as our directors in Ottawa. It's run like a corporation. We're the major shareholders, the people. The people we have in power, the directors, they're not major shareholders. We tell them what to do, but it's turn of events. They tell us what to do. They create laws to restrict our freedoms. We need to stand up and make a stand. If you don't stand now, when will you stand up? And when you want to stand up, will you be allowed to, because all your rights will already be gone? Now is the time to stand up and challenge this. Write your member of parliament. We have to stand up for our rights. If we don't stand up for them, we'll be bombarded, and more laws will come taking more rights away. The Codex will come in, and there'll be one law that will govern the world. It's going to be for agriculture, for dairy, as it already is. It's going to come into our natural food industry, and we won't be able to have any choice. Organic produce, you won't be able to buy that. Not under a codex. If they don't want it, you won't get it. This is a precedented case that happened in Victoria in BC. A couple was harassed under the law. A BC Supreme Court jury has awarded a Saanich businessman $1.3 million in damages after finding that Canada Revenue Agency breached his right to be free from unreasonable search and seizure under the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Our rights are finally being considered now. We have to build on this. How many others out there were afraid to speak? I did this because I had to, not because I wanted to. I wasn't looking for popularity or notoriety. I did this because if I don't speak, how can I talk to my son and say I could have made a difference, but I didn't? I do this because I like to say to my family that, you know, I tried my best. I declared what happened to me, and I didn't want it to happen to anyone else. I wanted you to be able to grow up in a country that's free, and they don't do this to you. I just hope that anybody that has the same treatment will get a hold of the information that we'll have below the screen for you to follow, and contact that number. Let's come together on this. Let's unify this. Don't hold this information back. Let's stop it now.